My girlfriend's friend moved in and I think they're actually exes. What the hell? Hey Reddit, so I'm 29M and I'm pretty sure my life is turning into a soap opera. I'm a graphic designer, work from home, pretty chill guy. Always valued honesty, probably because my parents' messy divorce really messed me up when I was a kid. Now I'm starting to think I'm cursed with relationship drama or something. See, my girlfriend Brianna just sprung this friend of hers on me, said he needed a place to crash for a couple of nights. No big deal, right? Wrong. My gut is screaming something S off. This guy Mark is acting like he owns the place. Brianna is totally dismissing my concerns. Am I crazy? Should I just ignore it? Something tells me this is just the beginning. Okay, so last night was, I don't even know. I was working late, trying to meet a deadline, totally stressed. I come home expecting some peace and quiet and the apartment is spotless. Like weirdly clean. Brianna is flitting around, all nervous energy, and she just casually drops this bomb on me. Oh hey, my friend Mark is gonna crash here for a few days. My stomach dropped. I tried to play it cool, like oh, cool, no problem. But inside I was already freaking out. Something felt off. Really off. Then a few hours later, I'm looking for my external hard drive, the one with like all my work on it, and I can't find it anywhere. I ask Brianna and she's all, oh, Mark's using it. He needed to back up his photos. My hard drive, without asking, I saw red. I marched into the guest room, ready to tear this guy a new one, and I froze. On the nightstand next to my hard drive was a framed photo. A photo of Brianna and Mark, from years ago. They were at some beach, arms around each other, looking like a couple, a happy couple. The blood drained from my face. I felt like I was going to be sick. I picked up the photo, my hands shaking. It was one of those cheesy boardwalk photos, the kind where they superimpose your image onto a fake tropical background. They were both grinning, holding a giant stuffed dolphin. On the bottom, in bright pink script, it said Brianna and Mark's romantic getaway Myrtle Beach 2016. 2016. We've been together for 3 years. 3 years. I stumbled back into the living room, the photo clutched in my hand. Brianna was watching some dumb reality show, completely oblivious. I showed her the picture. Care to explain this? I managed to choke out. She didn't even flinch. She just shrugged and said, oh, that's ancient history, we're just friends now. Just friends? My head was spinning. I felt like I was in some kind of twisted nightmare. She didn't even try to deny it. It was the casual dismissal, the utter lack of remorse that really broke me. Like I was the crazy one for even asking. Like my feelings didn't matter, I don't know what to do, I feel so stupid. So betrayed. I completely lost it, like full-on meltdown. I started yelling. Just friends, you bring your ex-boyfriend into MY home, let him use MY things and lie to my face about it. My voice was cracking. I could feel the tears welling up. Brianna, ever the picture of composure because God forbid she show any actual emotion, just rolled her eyes. Rolled her, EYES. Ethan, you're overreacting. It's not a big deal. He just needed a place to stay. She said it like she was talking to a toddler, condescending, patronizing, infuriating. And then Mark, this interloper, walks in all smiles and sunshine. Everything okay? He asks like he's not the catalyst for this entire nuclear explosion in my living room. I wanted to punch him, square in the face. No, everything is not okay, I roared. I shoved the photo in his face. Care to explain this? He actually had the audacity to laugh. Oh, that old thing, Brianna and I go way back. He winked at her. WNKD, AT, her, in MY apartment, while I'm standing here, a trembling mess of rage and heartbreak. That's when Brianna chimed in again, her voice dripping with fake concern. Honey, you're being really dramatic. You know I love you. Why are you making such a fuss over nothing? Making a fuss over nothing. Are you kidding me? This was the moment. The moment I realized this wasn't just a fight. This was toxic, this was messed up. Normal couples don't bring exes into their homes and lie about it. Normal people don't gaslight their partners and minimize their feelings. This was not normal. I stood there speechless. The air was thick with tension. I felt like I was suffocating. I wanted to scream. I wanted to break something. I wanted to disappear. I turned and walked into my bedroom, slammed the door and locked it. I'm sitting here now, typing this out, still shaking. I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Someone please tell me I'm not crazy. Please. A few days later, and things have gone from bad to worse. I talked to my friend Maya, who's a therapist, and she basically confirmed all my worst fears. Brianna's behavior is textbook manipulation. She helped me see that I'm not overreacting, that my feelings are valid, and that I need to set some serious boundaries. Armed with this newfound clarity and a healthy dose of righteous anger, I decided to confront Brianna and Mark again. I told them, point blank, that they both needed to leave. Now. And that's when the real crazy started. Brianna, instead of packing her bags, called her mother, who then proceeded to call me, screaming about how I'm ungrateful and disrespectful, and how Brianna is an angel who would never do anything to hurt me. Are you kidding me? This woman doesn't even know me. I tried to explain the situation, but she just talked over me, yelling about how I'm brainwashing her daughter and turning her against her family. I hung up. I literally couldn't handle it, but it didn't stop there. Oh no, then Brianna's aunt got involved, and her cousin, and her grandmother. I'm getting bombarded with calls and texts from relatives I've never even met, all telling me what a terrible person I am. They're twisting the story, painting me as the villain, saying I'm jealous of Mark, jealous of the guy who's shacking up with my girlfriend in MY apartment. It's insane. My phone is blowing up. My social media is flooded with nasty comments from people I don't even know. They're calling me names, accusing me of things I never did. It's a full-blown smear campaign. I feel like I'm living in some kind of alternate reality. This is actually happening. This is my life. I can't focus on work. I can't sleep. I'm constantly on edge, waiting for the next attack. My anxiety is through the roof. I feel like I'm drowning in a sea of crazy. I'm starting to question my own sanity. Am I really the bad guy here? Am I overreacting? No, I know I'm not. Maya keeps reminding me that this is classic narcissistic behavior. They're trying to manipulate me, to gaslight me, to make me doubt myself. But I won't let them. I'm done being the nice guy. I'm done trying to reason with unreasonable people. I need to protect myself. I need to get them out of my life. And I need to do it now. I'm talking to a lawyer tomorrow. This has officially gone too far. So after the whole exploding in my living room incident, I finally called Maya. We've been friends since kindergarten and she's like the most level-headed person I know. Plus, she's a therapist, so bonus points. I was a mess, honestly. Like pacing back and forth, barely able to string a sentence together. Maya, I stammered. I don't know what to do. Brianna's friend, I think he's her ex. And they're lying to me. And he's using my stuff. And she's defending him. There was a pause, and then Maya just said, very calmly, Ethan, start from the beginning, tell me everything. So I did. I spilled the whole sordid saga, from the surprise houseguest to the incriminating photo to Brianna's gaslighting. I even told her about the weird cleaning frenzy. By the time I was finished, I was practically hyperventilating. And then Maya said something that completely shifted my perspective. Ethan, she said, her voice firm but gentle, this isn't about you overreacting. This is about Brianna disrespecting your boundaries, your home, and your relationship. This is a huge red flag. Huge, red, flag, those words just clicked. Suddenly, everything made sense. It wasn't about me being jealous or dramatic. It was about Brianna's behavior. It was about her lies and her deception. It was about her complete disregard for my feelings. But she said she loves me, I whispered, clinging to that last shred of hope. Maya sighed. Ethan, words are meaningless without actions to back them up. Does it feel like love when someone treats you this way? Does it feel like respect? And I knew deep down that the answer was no. It didn't feel like love. It felt like suffocation, like being trapped in a web of lies. No, I admitted, my voice barely a whisper. Then you need to prioritize yourself, Maya said, her voice full of conviction. You deserve to be in a relationship where you're valued, respected, and treated with honesty. This isn't it. And that Reddit was the turning point. Hearing those words from someone I trusted, someone who understood, it was like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. I wasn't crazy. I wasn't overreacting. I was being manipulated. And I was finally ready to do something about it. I felt empowered, angry, determined. And for the first time since this whole nightmare began, I felt a glimmer of hope. I could get through this. I would get through this. After talking to Maya and realizing I wasn't crazy, I went back to the apartment, steeled for a confrontation. I packed Brianna's bags, all of them. I even folded her clothes because screw it, I wasn't going to stoop to their level. This was about taking back control, about reclaiming my space and my sanity. I waited for her to get home, the photo of her and Mark from Myrtle Beach burning a hole in my pocket. When she walked in, she didn't even notice the suitcases by the door. She just started chattering about her day like nothing was wrong, like I hadn't just discovered her elaborate web of lies. We need to talk, I said, my voice colder than I intended. She finally noticed the bags. Her eyes widened just a fraction. What's this? She asked, her voice laced with fake innocence. I pulled out the photo and held it up. This, I said, my voice shaking with barely suppressed rage, is a picture of you and your friend from 2016. Care to explain why you lied to me? She tried to play it off. Ethan, we've been over this, it's ancient history. Ancient history, I exploded. You brought your ex-boyfriend into MY home, let him use MY things, and lied to my face about it. And you think that's ancient history? He just needed a place to stay, she whined, her voice dripping with false victimhood. You're being so dramatic. Dramatic, that word, it was like a match to gasoline. Everything inside me snapped, I saw red, I was done. Done with the lies, done with the gaslighting, done with being treated like a doormat. Get out, I said, my voice low and dangerous. Both of you, get out of my apartment. Now. Brianna's eyes finally registered the fury in my face. The mask of innocence slipped, replaced by a look of pure, unadulterated contempt. Fine, she spat. I'm leaving, but you'll regret this. And that Reddit was the moment everything changed. It was like a switch flipped inside me. The fear, the self-doubt, the desperation, it all vanished, replaced by a surge of raw, untamed power. I wasn't a victim anymore, I was a survivor. My heart was pounding in my chest. My hands were clenched into fists. I felt a strange sense of calm amidst the storm raging inside me. This was it. This was the line, and she had crossed it. I pointed to the door. Don't let it hit you on the way out. And for the first time in a long time, I meant it. After talking to Maya and having that clarity bomb dropped on me, I knew I couldn't just sit around and let this continue. I needed a plan. A freaking airtight, foolproof plan. This wasn't just about getting them out, it was about protecting myself. First, I gathered evidence. That photo of Brianna and Mark from Myrtle Beach, PRINTED, multiple COPIES. I also took screenshots of all the shady texts and messages between Brianna and me where she downplayed the situation and lied about Mark. Documentation is key, people, you never know when you'll need it. Then I started thinking strategically. Confronting them while they were both there, too chaotic. I needed to talk to Brianna alone first, get my point across without Mark's interference. So I waited until he was out conveniently. He'd gone to catch up with some old friends, aka probably other exes he was stringing along. I packed Brianna's bags, all of them, and I mean everything. Clothes, shoes, toiletries, that weird decorative pillow she loved. Everything, I even folded her clothes. Not because I was being nice, but because it was a power move. It was my way of saying, you're done here, this is over. It felt so good. Next, I called Maya. I needed backup. I needed someone to be there, not necessarily to intervene, but just to be a witness. To ground me. To remind me that I wasn't crazy. She agreed instantly. Having her there would be my emotional armor, ironclad. I also prepped myself mentally. I wrote down everything I wanted to say, all the ways I felt betrayed and disrespected. I practiced in the mirror. I visualized the scenario. I knew Brianna would try to gaslight me, try to manipulate me, try to turn the tables. I needed to be prepared for anything. Finally, I hid my valuables. Seriously. My laptop, my external hard drive, my passport, anything important. I locked them in a filing cabinet and put the key in my sock drawer. Paranoid? Maybe, but better safe than sorry. I wasn't taking any chances. I was a nervous wreck, obviously. But underneath the anxiety there was a new feeling, resolve. I was done being a pushover. I was done letting people walk all over me. This was MY life, MY apartment, MY sanity. And I was taking it back. The apartment was eerily quiet. Brianna's suitcases stood by the door, silent sentinels guarding my newfound resolve. I took a deep breath, clutching the Myrtle Beach photo like a talisman. When Brianna walked in, oblivious, chattering about her day, I felt a surge of something. Not anger, not exactly. More like a cold, hard clarity. We need to talk, I said, my voice flat. No emotion, just facts. Her eyes finally landed on the suitcases. A flicker of surprise, quickly masked. What's this? She asked, all fake innocence. I held up the photo. This, I said, my voice steel, is a picture of you and your friend from 2016. Care to explain why you lied to me? Ethan, we've been over this, it's ancient history. She actually tried to smile. Seriously. Ancient history. My voice rose, but I kept it controlled. Controlled rage is so much more effective than a screaming match. You brought your ex-boyfriend into MY home, let him use MY things and lied to my face about it. And you think that's ancient history? She trotted out the same tired excuse. He just needed a place to stay, you're being so dramatic. Dramatic, that was it, the final straw. Get out, I said, my voice low and steady. Both of you, get out of my apartment, now. The mask finally cracked. The fake innocence, the faux concern, it all vanished. Pure contempt twisted her features. Fine, she spat. I'm leaving, but you'll regret this. And that's when Maya walked in. Just her presence, calm and steady, solidified my resolve. Brianna's eyes darted to Maya, then back to me, a flicker of what? Uncertainty, fear, good. I pointed to the door. Don't let it hit you on the way out. And I meant it. Mark slunk out of the guest room, looking like a kicked puppy. He tried to say something, some mumbled apology, but I cut him off. Just go, I said, not even bothering to look at him. He grabbed his bag and scurried out the door behind Brianna. I didn't say another word. I just watched them go, a wave of relief washing over me. It was over. Finally. I closed the door, locked it, and leaned against it, taking a deep, shaky breath. I had done it, I had stood up for myself, and it felt amazing. It's been 6 months since the great exodus, as I've come to call it, and things are different. The immediate aftermath was a roller coaster. Relief, sadness, anger, confusion, I felt it all. Brianna's family continued their smear campaign for a while, which was exhausting, but I eventually just blocked them all. It was draining, dealing with their toxic BS. Honestly, cutting them out was the best decision I ever made. The resolution, though messy, was ultimately freeing. Brianna and Mark are gone, vanished from my life. Good riddance. I blocked them on everything. No contact. It was tough at first, especially the loneliness, but it was necessary. I needed to protect myself from their negativity and manipulation. There have been mixed outcomes, of course. The positive. I'm in therapy with Maya still, and it's been life-changing. I'm learning to trust my gut, set boundaries, and prioritize my own well-being. I'm no longer a doormat. I've also reconnected with old friends and started pursuing my hobbies again. I'm even working on a new graphic novel. It's slow going, but it's mine. The challenge is, dating is a minefield. I'm still working through the trust issues, and the whole Brianna/Mark fiasco definitely left some scars. I'm taking it slow, focusing on myself, and trying not to let the past dictate my future. As for who stood by me, Maya, bless her soul, has been my rock. A few close friends also rallied around me, offering support and understanding. They saw through Brianna's BS and didn't hesitate to call her out on it. True friends right there. As for who didn't, well, Brianna's entire family, obviously, and a few mutual acquaintances who bought into her victim narrative. It stings, but it also helped me see who my real friends are. I've learned so much from this experience. I've learned that I'm stronger than I thought. I've learned the importance of self-respect and healthy boundaries. And I've learned that it's okay to walk away from a toxic relationship, even if it hurts. It's better to be alone than to be with someone who doesn't value you. So, Reddit, what do you think? Any similar experiences? Any advice for navigating the post-toxic relationship wasteland? I'm all ears.